A very good morning, dear students. As per your marketing syllabus, we have covered till unit 2nd before your summer vacations. So, in today's session, we are going to start with next unit, that is unit 3rd, and the name of unit is sales process. Basically, this unit is covered in 4 sessions, and today we are going to complete session 1 and session 2. Now, one question arises: what is the benefit of reading this unit? What we will learn from this unit? So, after reading this unit, you will be able to learn about how to describe the sales process, appreciate the importance of process of selling. You will be understand how prospecting is done in a business environment. You will be know how an approach is planned. You will be learn the ways to handle the objections that are raised by the customers. And finally, you will be able to identify the various method to complete the sale, that is also known as to close the sale. So let's start with today's session. So in session 1, in introductory part, every product produced has to be sold. It says by default process, if we are producing something, the purpose of business is to sell the product. There are a wide range of products being sold in the market, right from biscuit to a ship or an aeroplane. Everything has to be sold by whichever way. Of all the tools available to the seller, like personal selling is an important tool to sell the product to the consumer. It means for selling the product, the company has to hire some sales people that are also known as agents who do the job of selling the products. As the value of product increase, it means as the market value of product is increased, so does the rank of salesman. For example, one can find peddler, vendor, that is also known as fairywalas, selling their products on a cart or a cycle or sitting on a payment. A shoe is sold by a simple salesman at a retail outlet, while a CT scan machine is sold to the big hospital by the marketing head of an organization along with a team. Here the period of completion of sales, it may be range from 1 month to 6 months or 1 year. But for completing a sale, a salesman or salesperson has to follow so many steps to cover the particular part. So in this session we will cover about sales process overview steps. A sales process is a subpart of 5 stages. So it is covered in 5 steps. Steps are given as follows, like first one step is prospecting, second step is qualifying, third one is placing presentation, fourth one is objections and handling the objections, and fifth one is closing the sale. So now which statement I am reading, it is the direct question that is asked by CBSE. The question is asked like, this process is not a rule of thumb, but a better way of handling a sales based on exercise of various salesperson. It is a recommended process. The salesperson can use them in their own way. So justify the statement. So in this statement, what the answer will be given, a student has to write all 5 steps that we will discuss in complete chapter, like step 1 prospecting, second one is qualifying, third one is placing presentation, fourth one is objection and handling the objections, and fifth one is closing the sale. So each step in the process overlap the other or may go simultaneously, and their sequence can be changed as per the demand of sales situation. For example, if product is less costly, for cheaper product the process may shorten, and for valuable product the whole process may be followed step by step. So it is not a hard and fast rule that all 5 steps will be followed. It depends upon the type of product, which type of product is produced by a company. In the following section, we will discuss and understand the various type of selling process. So first step is prospecting. What is prospecting? In order to sell a product, a salesperson has to find new customers on a regular basis or continuous basis. Here, the first step is the selling process that deal with finding prospect who will buy their product. So, if any examiner will ask what is prospect? Prospect is the person who has the ability to take your company product, who can buy your company product, that is known as prospect. Through prospecting, the salesperson tries to find out the people who need the product and can afford to buy it. And by finding the person who can buy the product, afterward he will try to find the person who need the product. Like take one example, A is a rich person. A is having a lot of money. A can buy a new car anytime. Like B is also the same person. Now a company will try to find out A is interested in your product or not. So first step is to find out the person who can buy. That is prospect. Second is the person who is interested in your product. It means find out the person who need the product. That is the concept of prospect. So they try to create a database of prospective customers, also known as prospect. A company will try to create a list of customers, list of person who are having a lot of money for buying the product, who are needy, who want to take your company product, and the complete process is known as prospecting. And in a concept of prospect, a company will maintain a database of persons. So who is prospect? As already explained, the person who are potential customer. So prospect is also known as potential customer, person who might become your customer. So they are one who need the product and might buy it. A prospect may be an individual or an institution. For example, atta is required for an individual household also, and a bakery also, and a hotel also. Hence, they all are the prospect for an atta manufacturer. And what are the characteristics of a good prospect? In which situation we can speak that prospect is a good? The first condition, a prospect can be considered a good prospect if he should feel the need of product. It means if a company find out the list of person who can buy a product and the person is having the need of product, it is feel that it is a good prospect, it is a good customer. This can be pre-existing or can be created as well. In some cases, the prospect need a license or legal capacity to buy the product. For example, a medical prescription is required to buy the medicine license to buy a gun, and only a major can buy alcohol. These are some legally capacity product that will be depend upon the licensing system. And third condition or third characteristics, the prospect should also have the capability to buy the product. He should be capable to pay money. And fourth one, he should also have the ultimate decision making power. Like you are moving to market, you are looking any product and salesman will try to sell the product. If you speak to the salesman, I'll discuss at home, afterward I'll take it. So it is not a good prospect. And if you are your own decision maker, you have to decide you have to buy or you are not to buy. In that case, you are the good prospect for a company. Now, one figure is given. That figure is known as KYC. That is known as Know Your Customer. In this type of prospect, the salesman tries to find out the database of prospective customer through various sources. It means a salesman will try to collect the database of customer, and the sources can be either internal sources or it can be external sources. Like it can take the reference given by the customer. It can be collected by giving reference from sales manager. It can be created with a group of network or group of people. And fourth one, obtaining the database from outside agencies. Like a company want to sell the product, company will try to collect the list of customer, and it can be collected by reference from other customer, by reference from sales manager, by a group of network or by a friend circle, or it can be obtained from outside agencies who are selling the data. Now qualifying or selecting the prospect. How to select which prospect is good? After collecting the database of prospective customers from various sources, the salesman has to find out which of these prospective customer would buy the product. Now they will find out who can buy the product. So he can divert his energy on that person only. He can spend their efforts on that person only. How he can identify? So for that, this he can do by assessing some questions. Like he will try to find out the customer need the product or not. The customer can afford the product or not, and the customer listens to the salesperson with interest or not. Like you're moving to market and salesman is explaining the features, but you are not taking interest, it means you will not take the product. If you're taking interest, then salesman will try to sell the product with more interest. So all these prospects that qualify in these questions are selected as prospective customers, and these are the customers for whom he will plan for a sale. He will try to sell the product, and for this the salesman will gather all the information about the customer related to their requirement, their demography, their income level, and so on. It will also help to the salesman to build their presentation according to the specific need of customer, and also to provide solution for their specific requirement. It means a salesman will concentrate on that customer. He will try to make the attractive presentation to satisfy the customer, and the salesman will have to conduct a detailed customer research also. And the salesman can obtain the data for an existing customer from past sale record also, and other sales data available with the company related to the customer. And for a new customer, data can be collected from internet or from data collecting agencies. Recently we have done. Now one more important term is there, on the spot research. He can also conduct on the spot research when customer come to buy a product. On the spot research means asking a lot of questions to customer when he comes to buy a product. And this is done to understand a customer's psychology and behavior. And the main purpose of this research is to gather as much information as possible so as to make presentation more effective. It means converting prospect into the actual customer is not a easy task. A agent have to do a lot of effort and is time consuming as well. It can be well understood with a given example. For example, suppose a salesman will meet to the 100 people. 100 leads are there. And out of 100 people, he will try to find out that 40% can take your company product. It means these are the prospective customer who can take. And out of 40, 5 customer will take the product. If you see the overall research in that, out of 100 customer, company is able to sell the product to more 5 customers. So approximately 95% people are those person who are even not interested or who doesn't want to spend money on your company product. So 100 are the general people, out of 140 are the prospective customer who can take your product, and out of 40, 5 customers have taken your company product. This is about your customer prospecting. So if you will see the above figure, a salesman collect the data of 100 salesperson. Likewise, out of 100, only 40 will be prospect, and actually 5 will end up buy the product. Exercise part is given afterward, so we will do the exercise part after completion of this chapter. Now we are moving to session 2. Session 2 is related to the part of planning the presentation. When a salesperson has prepared the plan, has decided that a person can buy the product, a person can take your company product, that is known as prospecting. After prospecting, the next step is pre-approach or planning the presentation, how to motivate the customer more by presenting the product. So the next step is to plan the presentation based on the information collected during the customer research. The salesperson tries to plan his presentation before meeting to the customer. It means planning as to how to make a call. It is a mental exercise. It is also a 1 mark question. Planning is a mental exercise. And planning of presentation involves deciding how to approach the customer, how to meet the customer, decide how to ask the question, what type of question can be asked from customer side, deciding how to present the features, benefits and advantages of product that he thinks will satisfy the customer, and deciding how to demonstrate the product. So the plan of presentation should be flexible enough to accommodate the situational changes. So it is important to note that the salesperson looks impressive and presentable when he first meets the customer, as it leaves a lasting effect on the customer. So a company will try to make the good effect on a customer when he will try to meet the customer. He should be a proper well dressed, should meet the customer with a smile and a warm handshake. And these welcome gestures are very important to carry out the presentation forward. To understand the need of customer, the salesman need to ask some questions. When we meet to the customer, we will try to ask some question related to the product. Like if you are washing machine seller, you want to sell washing machine to the customer, which type of questions you can ask to attract the customer? Like first question, do you wash your clothes by hand or with the help of washing machine? Are you already having a machine? Which machine you are having, an automatic or semi-automatic? Who uses the machine? Why do you want to change the machine? What is the problem? Did you have problem using the machine like hiked electricity bill, repairing problem, cleanliness problem, quality problem? Would you like to purchase a fully automatic machine? And in case you intended to buy, would you like to go in for a easy installment scheme or you want to take it on cash basis? So it is important to note the questions can be changed or modified by the salesperson during the course of meeting as per the requirement of situation and the inquiries put further by the customer. It means a salesman can changes the question according to the customer requirement, according to the mood of customer. Next step is placing the presentation. Before that it was planning. Now placing the presentation, this is known as approach, and planning was known as pre-approach. So what is placing? The next step related to preparation and placement of presentation by salesman to discuss about the product feature and its benefit. And how to place the presentation, for that attractive material should be provided. So the purpose is to convince the customer to buy the product. In case required, he should also demonstrate the product to make more presentable. He can show the working environment, how it can help. And how to make an attractive presentation? It should be very simple, it should be convincing, it should be in a language that is easily understandable by a customer, and it should be made from customer perspective. Customer should be more attractive, and it should give a solution to the problem that questions are asked by the customer, and it should be eye-catching and involving. And in demonstration, how to give the demonstration? It means demo. Like as you are looking in the figure, a salesperson demonstrating the working of vacuum cleaner. So it is a part of presentation, and it is done to make the presentation more effective and to convince the customer, as it involves showing proof and example of how a product can benefit to the customer. So it can be in the form of visual fact, like you can present it in the form of charts, graphs, pictures, videos, samples, PowerPoint presentation, testimonials, and so many effects. And in case of electronics, actual demonstration of product is considered very effective and is often used by salesperson as shown in the figure. So it is all about your session 1 and session 2. In session 1 we have covered about what is prospect, what is the concept of prospecting, what are the features of good prospect. After prospecting, how to plan the presentation. After planning, how to present the presentation and how to give the demonstration. So in this session we have covered this much part of sales process. In next video we will meet with next session, session 3 and 4. If you are facing any problem, you can contact me on my personal WhatsApp number. It's 999 111 8890. Thank you. Have a nice day.